Andrew Breitbart at biggovernment.com may have done it again. You remember that NEA phone call it was back in August, the 21st to the 25th? And it featured basically a coordination from the White House to the National Endowment for the Arts to promote Obama's health care and parts of his domestic agenda. One of the artists on that call got hold of Breitbart and said they're turning the National Endowment for the Arts and www.serve.gov, the latest website out of the White House, into political instruments. And there are 4 pieces written on this at biggovernment.com, but what all it really exposes up till now is that the NEA was lying about their coordination with the Obama White House on spreading propaganda. This is the thing that George Will wrote a column on. Well, actually, he had a comment on This Week. It said that there's some calls, or some laws were broken in this call. And then, after some attention was focused on this, they announced that the National Endowment for the Arts Director of Communications, Yossi Sargent, had been reassigned. It's spelled Sergeant, pronounces Sargent. They said he was fired, but actually he was just reassigned. Now, a week later, George Will wrote a Washington Post column on this. And understandably, a lot of people are infuriated about the politicization of the NEA and turning it into an Obama campaign. I don't know why anybody is surprised about this. Folks, the private sector of this country is being gobbled up like Pac-Man on steroids. And the idea the Obama administration be using some left-wing agency like the NEA to spread his domestic propaganda is not a shock. There hasn't been any evidence up till now, though, of Obama being involved in it, just the NEA. But that is until today. Now, the biggovernment.gov website has full audio and a full transcript. It's 44 pages. There are 25 different audio sound bites. We're putting together a couple of key elements of the sound bites from this page, and we hope to have it in the next hour. But the transcript and the full audio at biggovernment is it .com or .org? Now I'm having a mental block. Biggovernment.com. Biggovernment.com. Apparently the full transcript here shows the White House orchestrating this through a woman named Buffy Wicks with the White House Office of Public Engagement. Now, Buffy Wicks works under Valerie Jarrett, who is at the right hand of Barack Obama the Almighty. Also in the call, orchestrating service in the name of Obama to the NEA. You got to go out and serve. You got to advance the agenda in service, the name of Obama, a guy named Nell Abernathy, Director of Outreach of the Corporation of National and Community Service, which is the independent agency that is the parent of the President's United We Serve initiative. Now, they got rid of Yossi Sargent. They threw him under the bus. They reassigned him. But what happens is they're trying to cover up, by getting rid of this guy, they're trying to cover up the fact the White House is involved in using the NEA to spread Obama propaganda. And as George Will has speculated, there have to be laws being violated here. The White House and Valerie Jarrett admit that by reassigning Yossi that something was wrong, and that by tantamount admission by their action. But the White House, it turns out, according to Breitbart's website, is in charge of the call, has ties to Acorn even, which we know that www.serve.gov we mentioned last week. All it is an end run. Now that Acorn's in trouble, serve.gov, simply, if you call in there, if you go to their website, they'll redirect you to various front community organizations, all tied to the White House, designed to spread the Obama agenda. Now, there's Buffy Wicks, babe, who works very closely with Valerie Jarrett, and there's nothing she's doing that Obama doesn't know about. Buffy Wicks organized the Walmart boycotts over the years, which were shakedowns. Buffy Wicks used Acorn to help protest Walmart. The legal and political scrutiny here is going to be damning if people go look at this. I don't expect the drive-bys in the state-controlled media to pick this up, but it's just the latest drop. Buffy Wicks, the deputy director of the White House Office of Public Engagement, she is key to all this, because previously the only person isolated was an NEA, National Endowment for the Arts underling. But now there's a key White House person in Valerie Jarrett's office heard on the phone calls orchestrating artists to go out and do it for Obama. Now, this is a clear violation of the law, and there's audio. The tapes of the calls are there. It's a huge posting, 44 pages, 25 audio sound bites. And this is just the latest in the videotapes with the pimp and the prostitute running in and exposing Acorn for what they are. Now, the White House central to this call, the White House central to this operation, according to Breitbart's BigGovernment.com. There's also a bunch of pro-Obama art that was written for this and drawn and created. And that came from the phone call from Buffy Wicks to all these artists who are being urged to go out and win one for Obama. It's pretty damning, and it's much too large and complicated here to expose it, all of it here on the radio show. But we are putting together some of the key audio of the phone call from Buffy Wicks, who works right there with Valerie Jarrett. So, in a nutshell, what you have here is the White House using the NEA to more or less demand that they publicly support Obama and his health care and his agenda. Now, the NEA gets all their grant money from the federal government. And they were threatened here that vaguely that money might stop. They were asked to produce some pro-Obama artwork. And I'm thinking, why wouldn't they already be doing that? That's what they do. So it's big. Now I'm being told it's a different website. BigHollywood.Breitbart.com. Anyway, go to BigHollywood.Breitbart.com or BigGovernment.com, one of the two places, and you'll find everything about.